Oh my, look at my hair. Yeah, it's just a little bit wild today. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I just received this eyeshadow palette and I was really excited because I have a new release from Klarity Kosmetics. This is their Safari eyeshadow palette. Look how gorgeous this eyeshadow palette is. I wanted to do a whole eyeshadow tutorial for you and like a full review to give you the whole 411 on this eyeshadow palette, this new release from Klarity Kosmetics. Klarity Kosmetics is an independent brand. They are women owned and they are Black owned. This independent brand is only available on Klarity Cosmetics site. At one point, they did actually have availability on Amazon, and I'll leave more details about that in the description box down below. But you can purchase this eyeshadow palette from Klarity Cosmetics. It's a 9-shade eyeshadow palette with different vibrant, beautiful colors to reflect a safari. It is in a like cheetah print packaging. It has a magnetic closure, and this is actually like super travel friendly. The pan sizes in here are 26 millimeters, so they're not the typical larger pan sizes that Klarity Cosmetics is known for. They actually announced on their Instagram that they were going to be doing smaller pan sizes because it's easier for them, and a lot of people like smaller pan sizes. So their last like huge eyeshadow palette that they released was the Croc palette, and this was like their typical eyeshadow pan size, the 35 millimeter or somewhere around in there. So they switched to smaller pan sizes, the 26 millimeter pan size, which to me, this is so much easier to travel with and just, you know, comparison in size so much better. You do get 1.5 grams of product or 0.05 ounces per pan. So that's about your typical eyeshadow size that you get from like any other, you know, makeup brand in general. The typical 26 millimeter pan size is about 0.05 ounces per 26 millimeter pan. So it is like your typical 26 millimeter. You get quite a bit of product in here. So let's show you some swatches first. I did have a chance to swatch this. Our gorgeous Safari palette consists of 9 beautiful shades ranging from 4 super pigmented mattes, 3 beautiful foiled eyeshadows, and 2 amazing duochrome toppers. Safari palette contains Don't Be a Cheetah, it's a gorgeous foiled champagne yellow eyeshadow. Can't Stop Lion, a gorgeous deep turquoise matte pressed pigment. Pray About It, a beautiful deep Valentine red foil eyeshadow shade. Unbearable, a deep chocolate brown matte pressed pigment. Don't Worry, I Will Wait, a gorgeous duochrome foiled eyeshadow that shifts from orange to red. Irrelevant, a gorgeous deep gray matte pressed pigment. Two Can Play That Game, a gorgeous duochrome topper that shifts orange to pink. Driving Me Crazy, a beautiful deep fuchsia pink matte pressed pigment. Heard It Through the Apevine, a beautiful super deep safari green foiled eyeshadow. This palette is handmade, vegan, and cruelty-free. Very pigmented, buttery, and easy to blend. It comes with 26 millimeter pan sizes. It is finely milled, and top-of-the-line ingredients were used in the formulation of this eyeshadow palette. It retails for $27 USD. And so I did want to note that I did swatch it on my arm without eyeshadow primer, and I do have a little bit of blue left over from the shade Can You Stop Lying? So you will want to use an eyeshadow primer for this eyeshadow palette. And today I'm going to be using the Ace Beauté eyeshadow amplifying base in the shade Light. Ace Beauté is also another independent makeup brand. And this comes out like a little squeezy. I actually received this in a BoxyCharm. Didn't know that Ace Beauté had eyeshadow primer. So I just put a little bit on my hand here. And we're going to apply it to both eyes. I do have a new concealer brush that I just got because I was obsessed with it. I'm going to use my little concealer brush and just pat this out. Okay, so the eyeshadow base is applied. Now let's look at this eyeshadow palette. It's very vibrant, very beautiful, duochromes, multi-chromes in here, some beautiful eyeshadow toppers. I'm going to take my Sigma E24 and I want to use Irrelevant. Irrelevant. It's a gray blue shade. Now, this palette does not come with any type of mirror in here, which actually I was looking, and the Croc palette has a full-size mirror, so the Safari palette does not come with one. But whatever. I mean, that's not a big deal. There's a lot of 9-shade eyeshadow palettes that I have that don't actually have a mirror in there, like from ColourPop. There's so many of them. So we're putting Irrelevant. This is a deep gray. It's actually like really pigmented and it shears out really well. I don't want like a lot of gray on here, but it just needs to be like a kiss of something. And I have a meeting today, so I really don't want my eyeshadow to be like super, super bold, but I wanted to kind of make a statement because that's me. So side note, as we're putting this on here, I did branch out on my own and I finally am completely 100% working for myself, and I can give you guys a little bit of an update on that probably in like another get ready with me, because I just had a giveaway video go up live and I had a whole bunch of people who were asking me questions in the comment section, and we're going to do like a full get ready with me, and we're going to answer those questions in that video, as well as kind of explain this whole like working for myself process. I've posted it on like Instagram and on my TikTok, so if you guys haven't seen that, go check me out. But I do currently, like, I own my own company. I've owned my own company for, oh, I want to say like 2 years now, but I've worked freelance for other companies for many, many years, and I thought it was time to take the plunge and work for myself. So that's like super exciting. This is what we're dealing with right now, that we're irrelevant, but I really like Can You Stop Lying? That's gorgeous. I'm wearing like a purple shade with like netting today. It's technically a workout shirt, and it's like, I think we need to wear and do something fun with our eyeshadow today to kind of reflect this unique top that I'm wearing. So we're gonna use Can You Stop Lying? This is that blue shade I told you. It kind of left like, I didn't even have it on very long on my arm, so it did kind of dye my skin, and I'm very fair like on my underarm, so I mean that's not a huge surprise. But I really don't want like blue eyelids from a couple days. So, Can You Stop Lying? I'm just putting this all over the lid because we want to use some of those eyeshadow toppers that are really beautiful. I'm feeling like a blue look today. And I'm using an Alter Ego number 10. This is technically an angled brush, but I found that it does really well with like when placing product all over the lid because it's soft, but then it's angled so I can really get into the corner right here. I will go back in and I'm going to blend with my Sigma, but we're going to pat this all over. Okay, now that that's roughly on, we're going to take that E24 again that I used for irrelevant, irrelevant, and we're going to blend these two shades together. That's super pretty. I love the like theme of this. It's with it being like a safari palette. You usually don't get like a mix of these kinds of shades together, which is really fun. You get a pop of blue, a pop of pink, a pop of red, a pop of orange. Like it's very like pop, 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 all over the place, but it's like fun all over the place, and it somehow works. The like Klarity Cosmetics always comes out with these like gorgeous eyeshadow formulas, and their color stories are just always so like, they're so good. I don't know, whoever their creator is, they're very good at color stories and figuring out like what really works well together, I feel like. So I'm just taking my E40 from Sigma and we're blending these really, really well, making sure that they're not like super like having any problems, which in general, I never have problems with Klarity eyeshadows. Like they're just so beautiful. Now we're gonna take I have an Eloise brush. It actually isn't like numbered on here, but it's like flat and floofy. And I am going to take the eyeshadow topper shade, and we're just going to do a dusting of it right over the center of my eye. I want to see how this kind of like looks first. No, we need my finger. So we're going to use my finger and just do a pat pat. This does like a pink to an orange shift, but I swear it has like almost a yellow or a green as well, and that's super pretty. It's an eyeshadow topper. I'm also just going to pop it over here a little bit. Like, that's just so unique and different. It is. It's so unique and different, but it's really pretty and fun. We're going to take my Cliona DFO4 and we're going to use Don't Be a Cheetah. I love this shade. It's so pretty. It's like that true champagne color, but their foils are just so stunning. So we're going to take this and pop it in the inner corner and just kind of like liven it up right here. So it's kind of like diffusing that blue, which I really like, and it's like creating this really pretty shift. That's pretty. Now we need a little something like on the outer corner. It's missing, I feel like it's missing just a little bit of something. So we're going to use Unbearable, which is that true matte brown shade, and we're just going to diffuse this a little bit right here. That's pretty. It picked up that cool tone from Irrelevant, and it really just, oh, that looks pretty. Okay, so this is what the eyeshadow is looking like. I am going to take, where did it go? I have my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and we're going to take my little velour puff, and we're just going to clean up under the under eye. I found that this is like the best way to clean up anything because it sweeps away any excess powder that you have, like if it's like your lines aren't very smooth. And I mean, we all know that I tend to get carried away with my makeup, so I found that that really helps. And then we're going to take Don't Be a Cheetah, and we are just going to concentrate this right here on the inner corner. And then we're also going to take some of the Don't Be a Cheetah with the same Cliona DFO4. And we're just going to put this like right here. Just a little bit of a brow bone. This is what the eyeshadow look is looking like. Now, I love this palette. I don't like what I did with it. So, sorry guys. But, I mean, it's just, this eyeshadow look is very like over the top for me. I don't think I really like it. It's very like blue tone for me, which I do love blue eyeshadow, but I don't like the way I did my makeup today. And there's going to be days where that happens, I feel like, but today is just one of those days where I'm like, oh, I don't like my eyeshadow look today. That's okay. I mean, I have those days, but we're going to put my mascara on. I'm going to go about my day, and we're going to rock this eyeshadow look. I feel like it's very, like, on point with my hair today. Okay, I feel like in the end, it pulled together. It looks gorgeous, and I do kind of like this like blue sultry eye. I was looking in my mirror and I was like, oh, that's actually not terrible now that it's kind of like evened out a little bit, but that's really pretty. Very sultry blue eyeshadow look. So I'm not completely disappointed in myself. I think it looks really pretty. I did put on a lipstick, and then over the top, I ended up putting, first was the Don't Be a Cheetah, and then Toucan Play That Game. I put that one on my lips over my lipstick, and that's what we got with this like matte look. And I really like the whole matte, putting a highlight or a powder on top of it. It looks so pretty. I really like the whole matte lip look. Yes, I love the juicy lips sometimes, but today we did that. And the Safari palette, this is just absolutely stunning. Again, like, I feel like the person who curates these eyeshadow palettes, they just know color so well and like what colors work together, because who would think that, you know, an orange would do well with like a really deep, I mean, orange when you think about it, orange and blue are actually complementary colors on the color scale. So like they did a really good job of using like the art color scale to really make this palette like come to life. Now, you would want to be careful with some of these shades. Like if you do have a blue and then you put like an orange or a red on top, it may turn into a muddy mess. But that's definitely something to, you know, take a look at. But overall, these are just beautiful. I don't feel like they really muddied on my eyes at all. Like the irrelevant, that shade is gorgeous. It's a beautiful steel, like gray blue color, and heard it through the ape vine. This is technically supposed to be like a green shade, but to me, this is more like navy blue on my skin tone. It's not a safari green. It's definitely more of like a blue green or just a straight like navy blue shade. It's gorgeous. So all of the shades in here, absolutely stunning. You can still get this palette on Clarity's website right now, and I 100 out of 100. This is so beautiful. I'll continue to play with it and give you guys a little bit of a speed review, but there's my first impressions with this palette, my first eyeshadow look with this palette, and a full range of swatches for you. So thank you so much for watching and staying tuned to the end of this video. I hope you consider subscribing, and I get to see you in my next video. Bye!